Good afternoon, traders. It's Mark here from the Day Trading Room. The time is 20 past 12, midday London time on Monday, the 25th of October. And quick video to discuss Friday's trades, or trade, should I say. For the first time for a while, I've only taken one trade in the day. Quiet day on Friday. Very limited opportunity, but it gives you time to, it's the hint to shut the trading platform down after the open and take an early weekend. So that's what I did. Thursday was a busy day. I posted about the trades I got up to on Thursday in the blog rather than doing a video. Really, the theme on Thursday was how to change your bias or your view quickly based on what the market's telling you. And yes, and on Thursday that was really the theme for me. Started off with one hypothesis, two hypotheses. I took the trade for the short, but the tape quickly showed me that it wasn't to be, and that I should flip long. That's what I did, and that paid off. But I wrote about that in the blog at the daytradingroom.com. Anyway, Friday. Let's go on to Friday. Friday, very quiet day. One trade for me. If I get my drawing tool out, pretty pleased that I stayed out of trouble. Happy to get one good trade. So let's talk about what it was. A small gap up on the Friday. You're expecting a sort of oscillatory range type day, and really generally I will look for extremes to fade as opposed to pushes to extremes, with one exception. The exception I've got is that during the first half an hour I will expect some sort of push towards an extreme. And in this case, we're quite nicely bracketed by the overnight high here, which is the overnight high, and the overnight low here, which is also a support level from the Thursday, and I think it went back to the Tuesday, but it was drawn in anyway. So with the range overnight was relatively small. The open was pretty much banging between the high and the low. So I'm expecting a range type day. I don't know if I'm going to get it. I'm expecting that, but I'm also expecting some sort of probe towards the high or the low within the first half an hour to hour. And so that's what I was looking for, really. Either of those two plays: the probe towards the extremes or a fade at the extreme. And what I got is we as you expect on this sort of day, you're going to get little pushes high, little pushes lower, and sometimes it just pays to wait for that extra signal. I'm not going to start shorting it here or here because I want to wait for it to be a key level, because I'm aware that there could be a probe. So I'm not going to start buying here. I want to wait for the extreme, but I'm also looking for some sort of signal that tells me that perhaps we're going to see that little push. And that's what we've got here. Obviously I've got my two targets, yesterday's high and yesterday's low. So what I'm looking for then is a trigger that's going to give me the signal to take that trade. And we didn't get it for a while. We were hanging around quite a bit. It was 15 minutes, 20 minutes. But then we got this situation here. We got a push lower. We'd already tested this gap. This was the lowest tick of the day. These dots signify the lowest tick of the day. So we had one here. Then we had another one, and then another one. And that's these three candles. 1, 2, 3. So you got three candles, low ticks of the day, volume picking back up again from the little dip. And really what I'm looking for now is a little pullback that then comes in with another batch of selling that I can get short on. This is all very a very small time frame here. We're talking about looking at the tape. I mean, this is hardly 8 ticks, but the point is it's set up for the short with the continued low tick reading on the tick index down here, and a constant probe lower, signifying people are hitting those bids, they're hitting the bids, and the natural reaction for people on those stocks is going to start to move those bids down to get a better price, and so potentially the market could move down with it. So that was that was what we got. We got a little pop back up, then we started to curl back over. The ticks still stayed nice and negative for me, so pleased with that. So hit that short there, pretty aggressive, because really the stop could be as tight as that. The play really was that you're looking for the breakdown to the overnight low. Let me clear the drawings off again so we can so we can see. Yeah, the play really was looking for that break to the overnight low. So there wasn't much in it. We're talking 15, 20 ticks. But really, if you're taking the short there, the stop can be there, because if it starts to tickle back up, then the premise is wrong. The premise is literally that's the push, this is the pause, and then there's the break. You've got your signal here, you've got a little bit of volume coming in here, and you've got your target in place. So it's setting up nicely for you. There's no need to risk any more than that, really. Excuse me. So that's what I did. It's quite an aggressive short, actually, at that point there, and just going to hold all of it for that tag. You're looking for one or two good trades, and on the Friday, with the way it was and the volume and the position of the gap, one good trade was enough. We got that, took it out at exactly at the overnight low, pushed a couple of ticks through, and that was it. That was it for the day for me. Didn't do anything else. Took my 18 ticks. I think I've got my notes in front of me. No, I've filed them away. 18 ticks. It was around that sort of level, which was a good day, really, considering the volatility was so low. As I mentioned, you could have taken the double bottom here because it was at the extreme. It was at a good support level. That was probably the better trade of the day, if I'm honest. The easier trade of the day, trying to judge the break on the tape. That was probably better, taking that fade trade. But happy to take that first one trade, reasonable size with it. And so we just sort of sat around then looking to see what was happening. The range just really just started to die off, and then by the time we got into your New York lunchtime, it was the candles were three or four ticks range. So called it a day. Came back in the last half an hour to see if anything was happening. Nothing was happening. We got this little break, but look at the scale. You can get caught out by the automatic scale on these charts. I've got it set actually a little bit wider, but sometimes it can fill your whole chart and it looks as if something really wild is happening. But a little pop towards the close, that could have gone anywhere. I don't think that was tradable, but if someone got on that, then well done. Today, what have we got? Well, markup. According to my calculations, the Dow Cash is going to be around 11,200, and that's pretty close to the high on Thursday that we got before we got the reversal. So it's going to be interesting. This seems to be the pattern at the moment. Take out the highs for a little bit, reverse, flush out the longs, and then revisit those highs a few days later and just keep plodding on. So let's see what happens today. We've got a reasonable markup on the futures. Let's have a look what we've got on the futures. We've got a 58-point markup on the futures. We'll see. We've still got a couple of hours yet until the open, so they could drift down, they could drift higher. But we've got some good levels to work off here if we go back and see what we've got last week. So manage your risk, guys. Good trading, and let's hope we've got one last week of the month. So let's make it a good one. End the month on a high note, and then hopefully November and December, or the first couple of weeks of December anyway, are going to be some extra good volatility for us, so we can get on the end of some great trades and finish the year on a high note. Alright, go check out the blog. Say post on there about Thursday's trades. I'm sort of alternating between doing a video and doing a blog. As I said, it's just documenting my day's trades, and also I found a really great spreadsheet for tracking trades. I'm just testing it out at the moment. Just trying to get up to date, really, rather than just having tons and tons of paper that I've had over the years. I've got files and files on my loft of journal and stuff. Just trying to get a bit more 21st century and get it all online and get it all on a video, and that's the same for tracking my trades. So I'm testing out this spreadsheet at the moment. If it's any good, I'll do a review of that in a couple of weeks. Good trading, guys, and we'll see you shortly with another video.